That's how you start making changes. What the fuck? Blows my mind, man. Blows my mind. And then when you hear him say, "Well, how do you go about taking a guy like this? And if you like him and this and that, and you think he's a good fit, well, then it sounds smart and it sounds normal when you say, well, I leave it in and first of all, we leave it in the scout's hands." He's like, of course I have override over, I have more say than, if I want to change something, but I trust, he's trusting the system. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Lions, I don't know. I don't understand, like, how that's not contagious to the Lions.
Right. So I just got this up.
Crazy.
And it said Archbishop in New Orleans, get this, burns altar after priest has sex in church. I'm like, what?
Something I would do. No, I'm just playing. I'm joking.
Archbishop of New Orleans.
I'm joking.
Outrages that the priest had sex inside of church, saying doing an exorcism and sort of having the altar removed and burned. What?
Okay, that's obviously. Are you sure that ain't that Republican you talked about a couple weeks ago?
No, this is
Satanist.
This is Archbishop. Oh my God, that's crazy. Well, good morning. Good morning.
Right, let me shut Steve Eisman off.
Okay.
No, you can hear the feedback.
I had a contact malfunction. I almost came on here looking like Pence with my eye.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was red.
Red.
I got an evil eye. Huh?
I said it was red.
Yeah, I looked. I'm like, why is my eye so red? My contact was scratching, so I had to fix
it. Oh shit. How you guys doing today or this morning?
I'm tired.
How are you?
I'm good. I had a little trouble sleeping yesterday. I took some CBD. Like, I was literally in bed at like 9:30, like an old ass man, watching TV and just relaxing, and I didn't go to sleep. Just one of them days or nights where I didn't go to sleep. I kept watching TV, and I just couldn't go to sleep till about like almost like 5 a.m. So, but I'm good. I'm good though.
That's good.
That CBD does.
Last night.
That's.
Yeah, I stayed in. Last week was enough for me. I'm not drinking. I'm gonna need a minute. They're already trying to get me to go out again this weekend. I'm like, or tomorrow or tonight.
Right.
I can't even know what fucking day it is. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go hiking after this.
Oh wow, that'll get up. That'll get all of it out.
Yeah, I mean it's out, but I usually go. It took me a few days. I usually go before this, but I'm gonna go after.
Yeah, it takes me. That's why I don't like. I'm trying to not drink at all, but sometimes sometimes you just drink one or two maybe and chill out.
Same. That's what's happening with me. Like, I'm trying not to drink, so I'm like trying to get all these, trying to get toxins out of my body.
Right.
And I'm on this kick right now, so yeah, they talked me into it, and I was singing karaoke at 3 a.m. next to the pool. Like, it was
That's cool.
We had our own microphones.
That's the shit.
I mean, it was fun. I was feeling it till like Wednesday.
Wow.
Almost on 1, 2. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Good morning, October 10th. Oh my God, already October 10th. I think we're about, was it at over 24 days, something along those lines from November 3rd. Did you guys get to check out the vice president debates? Did you guys check it out? Okay.
No.
Well, I couldn't. I don't know. It was so funny. Social media, blasted, and I know me and Tori laughed at it, but with the fly on his head, I don't know. And it was there for like, you know what I mean? Like it was there for a minute. I'm like, usually a fly, and then it takes off, but it was there for a minute. And Pence is so like cool, I guess, like he didn't get flustered at all. She seemed like she got a little flustered because he was calling her out and stuff. It was a lot different debate. It was kind of boring, you know what I mean? They didn't really go at each other, and he never really got mad, you know what I mean? So I thought it was a regular old debate. I was hoping that they were going to pull punches, but it didn't happen. I mean, who do you think won that debate, Tori?
I don't know. I kind of saw it from both angles. I think he stayed very calm. I think he was very respectful to her. I think he probably got in a lot of trouble afterwards for being so respectful to her, because I'm sure Trump was not happy about it. He was probably like, why didn't you hand it to her? I like her attitude. A lot of people don't like it. I like how cocky she is. So I think they both did well. The fly did the best.
The fly won then. Let's say the fly won.
The fly won. Yeah, absolutely. Fly won.
That's you. To watch it, what'd you think? Sorry, my mic was over.
No, I didn't. I am not gonna lie. I've kind of been staying away from the political thing. I already know who I'm gonna vote for. I'm just waiting to put my vote in. I might do it online because I got an email yesterday how to do that. And no, I'm ready to start voting, man. I'm really not watching nothing. Right. I kind of know who I'm gonna vote for, why, what, all that type of stuff. I mean, it's been going on for like forever, so I don't need to keep watching these commercials trying to manipulate me. I already know.
The commercials are so crazy.
They interrupt my shows, so I'm tired of them.
Drake,
I can only take so much political stuff. It's not my cup of tea. Right. I try to watch what I can for the show and stuff like that, but I can't like dedicate myself to that stuff. I just can't. So unless you send me something, Drake, you send it to me the link, then I'll watch it. But then
I don't know if you got a chance to watch the NSL Saturday Night Live parody.
Current Carrey, man,
against the president, Biden and Trump, but Jim Carrey killed it. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Did you guys watch?
He always is. I watch.
He's always funny. I love him. As soon as the debates happen, me and my son looked at each other like, "Oh, here comes Saturday Night Live. They're gonna hit it." So I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah, and I seen that like a week prior, that he was gonna be on there. Like I'm on a Monday, I seen he was gonna be on there, so I was ready for anything Jim Carrey does, man. You already know that. I mean, it's gonna be.
It was pretty funny. I thought it was
him and Baldwin together. I mean, oh my God.
So funny. And then the way he had Biden had to pause them.
Right, and then
yeah. So I know this, and I know you're not the political guy, Alex, but I know this.
Right.
Second round of the debate coming up. Trump turned down the virtual debate, of course.
Right, I did see that.
Want to be controlled because if it's virtual, they can just turn his mic off, right? That's been why he down. he said, no, we're not going to do it. We're calling him a coward because he's not doing it. But he wants face to face. I mean, what is your take? Do you think he should do the virtual? And because he did, and I think we posted it or whatever. So he's irresponsible. He puts people's lives at jeopardy.
Right.
Still have COVID or whatever the case. I don't know if they finally came out and said he
No, still still hasn't provided that negative.
Well, I understand that he wants to, appreciate people coming out and supporting him because he has COVID, right? But
Right.
gets in a car, puts people at danger. Bodyguard gets COVID. I think they said over 27 members of the White House cabinet or whatever his people have COVID tested positive.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the president, aren't you supposed to be a little more cautious because you're endangering people's lives by doing that?
Well, you know what? I'll say this because as soon as you said that, something popped in my head. Like, this is the only thing I'll give Donald Trump. He's obviously got 1,000,001 things to do.
Right.
So much going on. He's not a young man. I'm not saying he's not sane or nothing, but this is what you signed up for.
Right.
He's the president of the United States. I'm not making no excuses for him. I'm just saying he has 1,000,001 things to do. All everything on top of just like I said, he got so much to do. So, he's human. He's human too, whether people want to believe that or not. But I mean, like, if you're that human, if you got I don't know if he's got a heart sometimes, but if he does, that should be the first thing on his mind. And, just protect. And you know what? It's his dumbass fault for not wearing a mask in the beginning and taking it off when he shouldn't have and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know how old his kids are. A lot older now, but like, I mean, he's, whether he believes it or not, or whether people believe, agree with me or not, he is, he's like kind of a role model, and you know what I mean, to certain people. And maybe he just doesn't give a shit about, what he, the way he presents himself and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta, man, like we always talk about on this show, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your others. And if, I wouldn't even want to work for the guy. If I see the way he was operating, I might, if I was a bodyguard or something, like, man, I'll go to a strip club and bodyguard for a dancer or something. Or I mean, Jesus, like I wouldn't even want to work for the guy, man, because he doesn't, if that shows exactly what he's about. And, if I got a possible chance of 50-50 dying or getting sick, whatever, and I got a family. So stuff like that is just, it's crazy. But the virtual thing, I mean, he's obviously, he was around before social media. He should take advantage of what he can take advantage of. People are going to listen to him because whether they're going to vote for him or not, like I said, I got my mind made up. I feel like a lot of people already kind of got their minds made up. And I don't really feel like nobody's flip-flopping, no matter who you're going for. So, I mean, just use it to your advantage, man. You know what I mean? And stay safe, keep everybody safe around you and just show that respect for once. Maybe you'll get a couple more votes.
Do you think that him backing out of the virtual debate is a cowardly move? Think that he just doesn't want to be controlled. It would be in a controlled environment.
Oh yeah, no, that's it. He doesn't want to be in a controlled environment. So he's a textbook narcissist. Narcissists don't like to be controlled. They have to be in control. So it has nothing to do with wanting to be face to face, because it has nothing to do with it. This is just a cop-out excuse. He doesn't want to be controlled. He doesn't want to worrying about COVID. It doesn't matter to him. He doesn't care who he infects. He doesn't, obviously, he doesn't care, Alex said, it's how he looks. So you would think, a sane person or somebody who's not narcissistic they don't care if they have a mask on or if they are on virtual, because that would actually make them look better, you would think, but in his head, that makes him look weak. It makes him look not in control. And we all know that he has to be in control of everything completely. So, you know, I mean, it's textbook narcissism 101. Like, seriously, that's exactly what it is. And he doesn't care. Driving around, waving, getting people sick, leaving the hospital. I mean, he did an interview, was it yesterday, and he's coughing on the interview, and he's like, oh, just a little phlegm. He's short of breath. He's, you know, looking flush. I believe he's a lot sicker than they're leading on him to be. And
could be.
How is he going to stand for an hour in a debate when he's clearly sick and he's clearly fighting this? The antibiotics that they gave him, doctor said these are the last one that he was given was specifically for somebody who is at the higher end of the symptoms of COVID. Right. So, you know, he's, oh, I'm fine, I'm great, because that's what narcissists do. They want you to think everything's great and they're in charge and they're amazing and they're wonderful and it's huge and big league.
Untouchable.
Awesome.
Right.
I'm the best. I beat this in 3 days. Let's go golfing. Like, come on.
Right.
Come on. And to not do this virtual debate is kind of a slap in the American, you know, public face. Like, you did all these things. You knew about COVID. You knew early. You didn't tell us. Now you're sick. Now you're downplaying this. It's such a slap in the face for the people that beat it or died from it, you know, and now you won't even do a virtual one. Like, you're better than that. Like, I don't know. It's not good. It's definitely not good.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says. Like, well, yeah, you're like, wow.
Terrible. Terrible.
Weirdo.
Are infected. Just everybody's infected. I mean, it is.
Well, they said they're dropping like flies. Is their exact words. They're dropping
again.
Like flies.
Again, right.
He's got to remember the presidency is bigger than him. So he's got to be more responsible about what he's doing. But then not doing the debate. I get it. He wants to do the face-to-face because so he can be in control and all that. I get it. But like I said, I think as a president, he should be more responsible how he, if he's infected, he should be definitely, be like, look, I got to quarantine for 14 days. I know that's hard, but that needed to happen. So there's a lot of like lefties that said, hey, this is bullshit. He's trying to get some feel sorry votes. He really doesn't have, because how is he going to, like, in a couple days leave the hospital? You know what I mean? Did he really?
Everybody already feels sorry for him. As a nutbag. No.
I feel sorry for us.
They said that it was a makeup, to get some of that sympathy vote.
Get my vote.
I thought that was crazy, but
yeah.
Let's move on to the governor of Michigan. So everybody's we're all from Michigan. He kidnapped was foiled. She blamed Trump. She says it's his fault. You live there, Alex. I think this woman is kind of cuckoo. I mean, I don't know. Like,
I don't.
I love her. Yeah, Big Gretch.
I don't. No,
I don't know. It seems kind of crazy. I saw her make a speech and stuff that's saying, blah blah blah. But I know it's some radicals that are. I don't know what it was, like a dozen people that were involved in this whole thing.
Like a dozen inbreds. It was crazy.
They're crazy, but no, I mean, just like what we talked about, man, Donald Trump, the guy is causing so much chaos. People are blinded by it. You know what I mean? And no, I mean, I don't, it's not, I mean, it's hard to, just point the finger at one person or one thing for what's going on. But I mean, like, I think that's kind of like, I don't know if I would go as far as like really blaming him. I can see why she would say that, but I was talking to, a friend the other day. We were watching that on the news, and I was like, I down like about 2 or 3 months ago, I had a feeling something like that would happen because she was getting so much attention, and to bring up Drake, the social dilemma,
right?
Well, she was getting death threats.
Yeah, and how they cause all this chaos through internet and all that. She was getting so popular on Facebook alone. It was ridiculous. With like Tori just said, Big Gretch and all that. And
I bought Big Gretch t-shirt.
And and I'm just like,
I should have worn it today.
And next week, but
it says Big Gretch, the mitten is yours, right. And it's got her like that's she's awesome. Scarface.
Right. Oh, I think I seen that one. But yeah, and see what I mean? Like they're coming up with all these things, and just she's more popular than she knows, and with all the, like there's so many things going on and everything like that in each state and everything, but like she took on a life of her own, man. And I had a feeling something, I don't know about, I didn't think about no kidnapping, but something was gonna happen, like just I don't know, something, and it did. And I'm just like, wow. I'm like, I'm not shocked, but I'm really not surprised either by that. Because yeah, she like Tori said, she was getting death threats, like months ago and stuff like that, and that's from I so-called sane people, but I don't know, like, there's just there was a lot of kickback, man, like things that she wasn't opening up this and opening up that, you know what I mean? But it's like she only had so much say too on top of that, and
well, she has a job. She has a job to protect her state.
She's actually protecting all of us. She's doing it the right way. Donald Trump could take notes from that, So, but yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, Tori. But yeah,
you're good.
For sure, I agree with you.
She's like protecting her state. I mean, you can't be mad at somebody who is, trying her hardest to protect the state. Now,
right.
Is everybody going to agree with her? No. Does everybody agree with your decisions? No. But for her to blame the president, I think indirectly, yes, it's him. Okay, he's the leader of the most powerful country. He's in the world, right?
Right.
And he tells a white supremacy group, stand back and stand by. That's like a teacher telling the baddest kids in the class,
right.
stand back, but stand by. Basically, if you pick on the nerds, we won't care. If you do something bad, it is what it is. Like, you're sending a message to these people that worship you, that literally are in their homemade cult for you, and are so filled with hate that they're going to listen to anything you say. So these people, I have some friends that are like, they're not part of the Republican Party and this, that. No, they clearly have stated that they are Trump supporters. If you watch videos of some of them, because a lot of them are on social media, and you can look up, like there's one that's the tattoos everywhere, and he's looks nuts. Okay.
Yeah,
so I went on his thing and looked.
I know what you're talking about.
He's full blown a Trump supporter. Like this, when you send this message to people, crazy or sane, they're going to listen. So they're listening to what you say. So when you indirectly say some shit like that, of course, they're not going to think that you were against it at all. So how can you not blame his indirect orders? He's the president. Like, he's the president.
Right. That's where it starts.
The top. I know that he's not, the entity himself is not by himself, but when you're the face of it.
Yeah, they're listening to him. He's on TV the most. He's on TV the most. He got the biggest microphone in the world. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he knew what he was saying. Like, he's commander in chief. We all know what those terms meant.
Right.
So, and when you look at what they were doing, they were looking at bridges she was passing. They were looking at places she visited, her homes, making bombs. That's creepy,
man. That's crazy right there.
So not only were they going to blow up a bridge with her, but they were willing to blow up a bridge so that the police couldn't get to her while they
right.
And hurting other people. Like, these are terrorists. These are terrorists, which then makes me look at, a lot of people were hesitant to say that they were terrorists because they're saying, oh, well, you're associating this with the Republican Party and we're not terrorists and this and that. But you're
No.
quick to call someone with brown skin a terrorist as soon as something happens. Terrorist attack.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably a terrorist attack. School shooting, terrorist attack. Like, come on. So indirectly, I believe he's at fault. It's a trickle down effect.
Yeah, that was crazy. And thank God they caught them. Thank God they caught them all.
It's been going on since January. February.
Right. So my view is because he's not the typical president, right? He's not the guy. He's not our Ronald Reagan.
Right.
He's not H. George. Any of those guys, right? He's outside the box. So it seems like he likes to stir the pot. Doesn't matter if it's right, left. He wants to stir the pot to get him on TV, right? He wants to be on the TV if it's CNN or Fox News because they want to hear what he has to say, right? Because he just says whatever, right? He doesn't care.
And he don't even like the media half the time.
So I think by him saying stand back, stand by, it's just to fuck with people. You think
could be because that's a very weird thing to say, man.
But
no.
I
don't know.
Saying this because I know what it's gonna do.
No, I don't think it was to fuck with people. I think it was because he was nervous about the people that large group that supports him. Yeah. And if he said directly that he denounced it, he was scared what the trickle down effect was going to be because he has a lot of good old boys and backwoods and
or he would have never even called him on and said stay by. He wouldn't even.
And then afterwards, you got a point. Yeah, afterwards tried to say, "Oh, I don't even know who they are." Now, someone said to you, "Oh, denounce, so and so." And if you didn't know who so and so was, you would say, "Who's that?" Instead, that's not what he said. It has nothing. That was nothing to do with shock factor. I think shock factor just comes automatically for him. I don't even think he has to think about the shock factor. Right. I think it's just his natural instinct to go to it. The most extreme, the most vile, the most narcissistic, response, instantly his brain goes there. It's trained, 78 years of it. So I don't think that had anything to do with it. Right. I think he
comes out a couple days ago and says, look, the stimulus talks, I know everybody, some of the people that are still out of work, right, from it, but he's saying, look, we're gonna suspend the stimulus talks. No, we're not gonna get anything. Basically after the presidential election is over. So is that a con to say, look, you vote for me, I'm going to pay you $1,200 plus whatever your kids or whatever? You think that was his intention? People are thinking, hey, if I vote for him, I'm going to get my money. Basically, that's the way I took it, is that he's like, I'm going to pay you $1,200.
Bribing. So he's bribing people now? Wow.
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. I think he won in his head. I think first off, I think the wanting control of the situation over, Democratic Party or Nancy Pelosi or any of that. I think that was his first. I'm in control. I'll say when we're going to do this. Me. Secondly, I think, the second benefit of that would be, hey, let's get me revoted. Then we'll give you your money. But I think all around it was just a control thing. But he did backtrack after he tweeted that out an hour after he watched the stock market plummet and said, oh, let's get this done. Because he watched all this.
That's a good point right there. Wow.
He saw the stock market plummet an hour later and had to get back on Twitter.
Right.
And backpedal. Because he put his foot in his mouth. So we'll see.
We're getting the check tomorrow. Nobody's getting any money.
No. And really, let's be honest.
I still ain't got my first check.
I didn't get one either. People are out of work. I haven't returned back. A lot of people, didn't get unemployment. Certain things we figured out, other jobs, other hustles, whatever. Yeah. And $1,200, yes. Would it help a family in need? Absolutely. Is it? People are like, you just want to be lazy and not work, homie. $1,200. If $1,200 is going to keep me from not working, I want your bills because I can't pay. I can't even pay mortgage on $1,200. Like,
right.
Like, don't call people lazy for just wanting what's theirs when corporations have gotten millions of dollars. Who's the real crooks here? Like, it's $1,200.
For sure.
Is that groceries?
I just
like,
never even like when I heard he was giving those out, I didn't even, I was like, I'm not even worried about that. People asked me, I was like, I don't know, it might be there. I didn't even want to think about it. I was like, whatever, you know. It comes. If it don't, then keep it.
My kids got theirs, but I didn't get one.
Get a new toupee or something. I don't know.
I was
Donald Trump. Keep it, Donald Trump. Get a new
I saw
toupee.
that the other day, how much money he said on his taxes, not to get off topic, but how much he said he spent on his hair. And I'm like, that hairdresser needs to be fired. Who the fuck?
That's hilarious.
That's what you got for $100,000? Damn.
What was it?
It was like $100,000 something, or 78,000 or something like that for his hair. And
what?
Exactly. Exactly.
The Donald
terrible.
Can't say that.
It's hilarious.
His hair is hilarious.
On the way back, the Democrats saying it's not as moving as what they're saying, and with the stimulus money, maybe it's possibly that it gets jump starts. But as I drive around the city, I see so many small businesses closing. I see so many people that were there last week or 6 months ago or a year. I really don't know if any of that money will help anybody. I know they help small businesses. I had the food truck, and I think I applied for the money for the small business. It said they didn't have any more money, so I was like, it doesn't matter.
Damn, roll out.
I don't know how many small businesses actually got that money.
I applied and got denied, and I know people who don't even have businesses. I know somebody back in Michigan who doesn't even have a business, and she got $120,000.
Wow. Oh my goodness. 120. That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow.
But
and I applied for my business and I got denied.
Hey, I mean, they're just it just seems crazy. Every business is closing. So like I said, I know some people didn't get the money. You're saying some friends got the money. Like I said, I don't know who was in charge of the money, but it didn't definitely go to a lot of people that I know.
And I heard there was a lot of
fraud,
shady things going on with that too, and depending on so I had a couple friends that applied too, and they they couldn't get it, they got denied, and then they were looking for more help, and just that's crazy. It's
I know several people that got it. I mean, I know a lot of people that got denied, but I know several people. I have a family member, and he's legit. He's in Florida, has a car lot, but he got two $25,000 loans.
Wow.
So I guess it was.
And he's legit, but
was it the way you filled out that loan process, or was it the way you filled it out, or was it because
just about it?
So, which I thought was crazy, because at first they told you it wasn't based on credit or history. Mine, I was told I was denied for credit history, but my credit history isn't bad. So I appealed it, and I put in my, I guess it would be an appeal, and I still haven't heard anything back from them. Mine actually I thought it looked great. I mean, especially compared to some of the people that I know got it. And then, I heard that if you kept it under 20 or 24,000, depending on which one it was, if it was the payroll protection or the disaster one, you didn't have to show tax history, and they didn't go by your credit. So I feel like there's a lot of misinformation, and I actually applied twice. The first time though I applied, I had to add some more stuff in, but yeah, I don't even know what the rules are at this point.
When you were filling it out,
probably apply again.
When you were filling it out, though, like you said, you probably thought
simple.
I should be good. Simple. Like I should be good to go.
Yeah.
Right? But you felt positive about it. It's
Absolutely.
Crazy,
I felt positive, and I didn't get a response back saying that they were out of money. that wasn't the response, because I thought, oh, there's not going to be anything left. But no. And from what I hear, people are still getting them. The one that got 120,000 just got it at the beginning of September.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So more COVID talk. The governor of Jersey ended up getting COVID, contracting. He was just released today. Governor Christie, another Trumper. We talked about Cam Newton. He got it. And that's going to segue into the NFL. And I know me and Alex had this, but it seems like, it doesn't matter who you are. If you come in contact, you're going to grab it. So the Tennessee Titans, there was a couple players that contracted COVID.
Man.
Was it told them they could not practice, they could not work out. They secretly go around the team. I don't know how many guys. Was it 20 guys? I don't know.
They just disobeyed the flat out just period. They had it.
They knew they had it.
They had an entire practice.
Right.
They had an entire practice. They went against the NFL rules, and now they're talking about possibly taking away draft picks,
right,
or possibly forfeiting teams' games, like giving them a loss for that. They're still, but
right.
That's
terrible.
like, that's crazy, man.
So guys that did this, and I don't think they're going to release the names, but the guys that they did this, I know you see the president going out and just putting people in danger, but now you got 15, 20 guys go out, and they know that there are a couple players already got it. Go behind, I think, coaches, right? They just do it secretly. They go out and they do this. Right. How inconsiderate as fathers, because not only they're going to, possibly get it, but they're going to try, you know what I mean? It's going to spread, right?
To their family.
Other players, it's going to spread to other teams. And then boom, now the NFL is shut down because of these guys that just didn't think. I understand that they want to win. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can't win if you're dead.
They want to win. I get it. But at what cost? Now, like you said, possibly give them a loss, possibly take draft picks, possibly fine them. You know what I mean? Like, this is
they need to kick it up a big notch, and stop. The players it's on the players. Patrick Mahomes last week when he played, he came in contact, they're shaking hands, they're hugging, all this stuff after the game. They need to just go off the field into the locker rooms, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Flat out. Don't shaking hands on it. You know what? That's what we make cell phones for.
They're
Call them.
sweating.
You want to talk to somebody. You want to, say, hey, good game, man. Give them a call. Give them a text. They need to get off the field and stop all the bullshit, because, like, Patrick Mahomes came in contact with, I believe, one of the players, the last teams they played against, that ended up having it, or having the COVID or something. But, like, it's stuff like that, man. It's just the little simple things that, like, I know, they got friends. Everybody, they're friends in the league. They went to college together, all that. They needed to go straight to the locker rooms, bro, and just until otherwise. And that's really the only.
They're playing. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They're playing. They're sweaty. You're sweating. If you guys play football, so you've got all these bodily fluids, right? And now you're touching each other with your pores open and could be infected. First of all, you're playing. Let's go ahead and be grateful that you're allowed to play football right now, because there's a lot of people that have died from this.
Exactly.
So this is a privilege for you. Not only is it a privilege, it's your duty to make sure you keep your fellow teammates and other players safe because of their families. So you have that, and then you go ahead and do this behind your back. Do you guys remember when this first started, there was somebody who spit on a grocery store worker, and there were criminal charges held against them? Because to me, that's just like you having HIV and you know it, and you go around and you give it to somebody. There's criminal charges for that. Now, this might not be as serious as HIV in certain people's eyes, but it's definitely a deadly virus. We're in a pandemic. It's serious enough to, look at what's going on. So if you are knowledgeably knowing that you have it and you're going around, that's criminal charges. And then it trickles back to look at our leader.
Right.
Again, you lead by example. Crazy. So certain people don't think that it's real or it's not that big of a deal. And I don't need to listen. I don't need to listen, blah, blah, blah. Like, and there we have it. But it's you're endangering people, like purposely. There should be a ramification for that.
So the NFL is kicking around, and I think I heard a couple of people talking about it, but they're talking about the bubble. I mean, the bubble is with the NBA, it's with the NHL, kind of with the MLB. Do you think the bubble will work in the NFL, Alex? I don't think so. It's just too many people, too many players.
Right.
Too many
right. Well, look, I tell you right now, I had to pull it up because when I heard it on the radio about the Titans, I was just blown away, man. I mean, they got, like, this is just an hour ago, they got, the okay to open back up, open up the facilities. 23 members of the organization test positive since September 24th. So like 21 positive cases. And I mean, that's just, I mean, like you said, man, I mean, and that's.
Did they shut them down? Did they shut?
Oh yeah. They postponed the games last week.
What I'm saying is, I mean, they can make up games, right? They can say, you know what, for 2 weeks you guys can't play, for 2 weeks, and then you're just gonna have to make up some games, right? Or, I mean,
right. I mean, they were gonna I mean, just simply you make them up, or if you do what they did. You make a bozo move like they did, then you either give them the loss. They have to pay for this in some type of way, so that nobody else does it again. I mean, they have to be the example of the league. They got to be made an example out of, in my opinion. And they played the Patriots, and luckily none of the Patriots tested positive for the COVID. So, I mean, and that's obviously because they didn't go along with the game, but still, like, like you just. Man, it like I said, it's up to us, man, as humans to, just do the right thing, man. I mean, it's so simple, so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It can be so simple.
It can. That's why I feel like when I said, Big Gretch is doing what she can to protect us, because that is an example.
Right.
Half the people are doing what we should do as fellow humans and having respect and consideration for each other, and the other half are not. And it goes back to what we talked about last week, the confusion on the leaders that are setting the things and all the confusion in the world. And somebody, out of those small groups has to step up and say, this is what needs to be done. This is the example. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no margin. This is going to continue to go on if we all are divided in, our consideration for the human race.
Right, for sure.
So going into the 5th week, our Lions lose again last week. So I was looking at
can't help but to laugh.
Again. We need a button that just goes again.
Right, yeah, for sure.
The Thursday game, it started the 5th week. I thought the comeback kid Brady was going to pull that one out, but it ended up losing to the Bears. I did want the Bears to win just because they're the same game as the Lions, but the Bears are now 4-1.
Yeah.
Are the Bears?
I'm smiling for a reason, but I'll tell you in a minute.
For real?
Who, the Bears? You know what? The other night, I was hanging around a couple friends, and I started feeling a little frisky. And I don't bet no more like I used to when I was at my last job. We played the football sheets, and we made bets. Like, oh, this guy, throw a touchdown, 5 touchdowns in one game, bet you $20, whatever. So I just felt like, because Nick Foles came from the Eagles championship, helped them win the championship.
Right.
And he took over last week when Trubisky got benched. So I was trying to throw out a couple bets and stuff like that, and one friend didn't want to bet. They're like, "No, the Bears got good defense." Tom Brady's. They're still learning each other. I was like, "Oh my god, they're learning each other." Crap, man. They're a veteran team. They might be trying to learn each other a little bit, but they just won like a couple games in a row. So, anyways, I won me a couple shillings, and I took the Bears, and I had my buddy was talking crap, and because it's Tom Brady, it's easy to talk crap when you got Tom Brady. So he couldn't believe it. We took a little ride, went to the store, and I'm watching it on my phone, and I kept refreshing it and everything. We got back, and it was 20-19, and I paid him on purpose. I said, "Here, you want the $20? It was just a small friendly bet." He was like, "Yeah, I'll take it, man." I gave it to him. I was like, "Yup, you know what you just did right there? You just jinxed yourself." But yeah, no. But and the Bears had the ball last, and it was a good game though. It was a really good game. But yeah, I just had a feeling that the Bears were gonna win, and they did. And I don't know. I mean, they're 4-1. I mean, you get into playoffs, it's then that's the whole goal is just to get into the playoffs. If you can get home advantage, that's a plus, an extra bonus. But I don't know, man, with Nick Foles and come on, the Bears, come on, man. That's the first time I ever took the Bears on any bet.
Right.
I was just trying to have a little fun, but
right.
they could be with Nick Foles and the way their defense played.
Right.
Yeah, they can definitely make a run for sure, the way they're playing right now.
Right. So you got the Kansas City Chiefs undefeated, Seattle Seahawks undefeated, Green Bay undefeated, and then now that the Bears have moved to the 4-1.
Right.
So any surprises that the Kansas City and Seattle and Green Bay undefeated? Any surprises?
Oh no, I mean, it ain't nobody is touching Russell Wilson right now.
Right.
Flat out. I think I'm still sticking with who I said, my 4 teams. I said, I think it'll be Tom Brady. I think it'll be the Bucks and the Seahawks, and the NFC. I'm still taking Tom Brady to go, even though he lost that game. Right. And then in the AFC, hopefully Cam Newton. I don't know. I didn't check to see if he was back or not, but I'm hoping it's Cam Newton, and I think it's gonna be Cam Newton and Patrick Mahomes. So you kind of got like the the veteran and the young guy. So I don't know. It's gonna be good though, man. But Russell Wilson, that guy's like, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback come out the gate and play the way he's playing, man. He's playing, and his team is not all over. His team around him is not even that good. But he's playing amazing right now, man. So
right,
and I always, like I said before, I always like him since he was with Wisconsin. But
he's pretty phenomenal. You've been watching football, Tori?
I'm here and there. I've been meditating tip lately.
So, but like I said, we're going to the 5th week. See some good games.
Right.
Lions got a bye this week, so
yeah, the favorite week, like my dad used to say, they can't lose. They can't lose this week. They can't lose this week, man.
No, they can't lose this week.
Moving on to the NBA, I thought the Lakers were going to close out the Heat last night. I was really surprised. Jimmy Butler pulls out a triple-double, and they win.
Right.
I was hoping they won the other night, Tuesday, but they lost.
Jimmy Butler ain't playing, man.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler pulls it out. So they push it to Game 6. So I knew it would go 6. A lot of people thought it was going to be a sweep. I knew it was going to be 6.
Right.
I think the Lakers, to be honest with you,
I didn't.
There might be a trouble. You got Anthony Davis that is laying his foot.
Man, that'll be one of the biggest upsets in NBA history.
Yeah, so
that's why I don't see it happening. But it could.
If he has to, you know what I mean? If he gets hurt worse and they end up winning Game 6, I got to be honest with you. I think that he could pull it out. But, they got
right.
Oh, no, we're going to win. We're going to win. I think all the pressure's on the Heat. What do you think coming up on Sunday?
I mean, I think I think the pressure's on the Lakers now. I mean, the way they're playing, it's like, man, you lose a couple games like that, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to point out before I forget, one of the I was off and on with the game yesterday, and one of the biggest things that I seen, former Michigan player Duncan Robinson, one of the craziest plays in the game. He had a 4-point play, man. That I was like, wow, that was pretty crazy right there. And I thought, that, but I had a friend talk about, post on the Facebook that LeBron wasn't going to take the last shot, and gave Danny, was it Danny Green? Danny Green, right?
I think that was yes.
I mean, and he's known, he's hit some game winners before many times, but
to Anthony Davis though. Isn't that what you do though?
I mean, what was they down? I didn't watch the very last of it. I'm not gonna lie.
They were down by 1.
Did they need a 3? Okay, so
and then they came back and
I mean, you would think they would try to go a little closer to the basket, but I don't know how much time was left or not. But I don't know, man. That it's a good series now, but I still see the Lakers winning.
Okay, so
you know what I mean? This is where you wake up that Michael Jordan, that Kobe Bryant, that LeBron James. So if he's the leader that everybody thinks he is, then he'll rally everybody and maybe and end it whenever they play again. I'm trying to look and see when they play. Will they play tomorrow?
Sunday. Yep. You think they close them out tomorrow?
They better. they better. Well, just like when the Pistons and whatever series they better. I'll just leave it at that because
Lakers lose. Did the Heat win on the?
Oh man, don't they get home advantage and go back home, or are they playing in Miami tomorrow?
They're in the bubble, so it doesn't matter. But I'm saying,
yeah.
So.
Oh man. Ooh, man. Oh, you're messing with LeBron's legacy. That's why I just can't see them. I can't see them winning it. But hey, you know what? If they do, hey, that's like I said, that might be the greatest upset in NBA finals history. The last time I remember a team doing something like that was that Dallas Mavericks when they beat, who did they beat? Remember to go to the
I'm trying to think.
Like Dallas, they beat, was it Cleveland or the Spurs? I can't remember. Was it the Spurs?
Are you talking about for the championship? I think it was.
No, they beat them in like the semifinals or something like that. But yeah, this is definitely for the finals, man. That's one of the biggest upset ever.
Let's do some forecasting. Lakers lose, right? Do they blow that team? Right. Does LeBron think about, hey, you know what? Do I retire?
I don't think they blow it up. I think they make a couple moves or something like that, but they got there for a reason with that group. So I don't think they would blow anything up. But
I was looking at that roster. There's a lot of free agents that were
right.
I was just wondering. So let's move on to the Red Wings talk. NHL. The biggest thing was the draft. Red Wings ended up selecting 4. Great kid. A lot of people think that he is underweight, but you got to remember he's just a kid. So Stevie R,
18 years old.
Yes, Stevie pulls a little magic. Gets this Lucas kid. He plays overseas in Sweden. I see your eyes perk up when you said Stevie Eiserman. So that's
right.
I'm like, I'm paying attention now.
Right.
He pulls a little magic.
Call me. No.
You're silly as hell.
They probably owe him that Stanley Cup. But what is your thoughts on this pickup? Because like I said, a lot of people are saying he's late. But I was like, he's a fucking kid.
Right.
What do you want? So.
Right. No, I mean, he's 18 years old, man. He is, and from the interview I watched earlier, with Steve Eiserman, like sky's the limit with him, man. He's a two-way player. He could play, he could play forward. wing, forward or either the wing or and special teams. Like, so he's crazy versatile. So they asked him a question, can he how long, the number one obvious question everybody wants to know is when are they going to bring him up? And they said he's from Sweden, right? So they were like, they had, one of the reporters asked maybe possible January, and I guess Sweden's got certain league rules, so he you already know what Steve Eisman said. When he's ready, man, they want him, they want to prep him, mold him, bring him up when they feel, once they feel they need him. If they don't need him, there's no reason to bring him up and throw him in there and stuff like that. Even though he'll be with like I said, we got some good people that he's gonna be working with and can learn a lot from. So with Manta, I'm trying to look at some of the names because I'm still, a lot of these guys are so young, man. But with Manta and just they got rid of Filppula, and I was a big fan of that guy. I loved when he was on the team a few years back, but they released him just to save some money because Steve Eisman knows what he's doing when it comes to the cap room and all that stuff like that, and how to spend money and build a team. So, and they just signed, they signed Bobby Ryan,
right?
And that's a good sign. They signed, to go with Merrill on defense, and like I said, so I did a little bit of research, and he's making moves, and he still ain't done yet. He said so. Bobby Ryan, I think that's gonna be a big addition right there, man. He's a veteran, you know what I'm saying? So he had like a +3 in 22 games last year, and he dealt with some like substance abuse problems and stuff like that, but he's gotten a lot better since then and stuff like that. So I seen an interview with him, and man, I mean, like I said, this is how you regenerate your team. You rebuild a team and stuff like that. And like I said to you earlier, the Lions need to, they need to take notes for real, because like this is what you do. You got to make moves. You don't stuck on stupid, man. And if it, like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it's broke over there with the Lions, and it was broke over here for a while with the Wings. They try to rebuild and stuff like that, but like I said, man, I'm just glad Steve Eisman's back. I know whether he played here or not, he's got a great GM mind, and he won over there with Tampa. They just won one again this year, so like I'm just excited, man. I haven't been as excited for the Red Wings in a really, really long time, man, since 2004 or something like that, 6 when they won. So yeah, making a lot of moves, and like you said, he's still not done. So we'll see what else he does.
Right.
Staying on the phones like Joe D used to do.
Right. To the MLB, so it looks like your boys got knocked off. The Yankees got knocked off.
I was so happy last night. I swear I was so happy.
I was watching the Rays series with the Yankees. I don't know if you watch this kid, Randy Olazana or whatever. This fucking guy's a fucking monster. He's hitting the ball like he's hitting T-balls. I mean, he was
right.
3 for 4. He batted 5 for 5 the other day. He's got 12 for 20, 3 homers for the Tampa Bay. I was like, who is this kid? I guess he's from Cuba. He got COVID
right.
August or July. And they said he was in his apartment for 30 days, quarantined, just doing, I think, 300 push-ups a day, gained 20 pounds, and he's smacking the ball. So Have you seen this kid? I mean, he's not a kid, but have you seen this guy?
Yeah. And you know what? The only reason I know about him is because of our cousin Raymond. He's a baseball guru.
Right.
So he's kind of told me a little bit about him.
Right.
And I mean, no, he's a great up and coming player, man, for sure.
I mean, he's smacking that ball.
Right.
Like,
got some all them push-ups.
Every time that was just hitting it.
Right.
So you got Tampa Bay versus Houston. The Braves, they never can get there, but the Braves are going to play the Dodgers.
Right, that's gonna be a good series, man.
Yeah, so you got 4 teams left. It was started with 16, 8, now 4. Who you got winning on the ALCS and the NLCS?
Man, Tampa Bay, man, I couldn't believe that they ended up winning that, the way they did. And but I don't know, man. They got to play Houston. I still like Houston. I still like Houston's club. I'm a big what's the name? God, I can't remember. I had a brain fart. The shortstop, but I can't even think of his name. It's crazy. But no, I mean, I still like Houston.
Is that the guy? Is that Cabrera's friend, the little short guy?
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You got
Altuve. Yeah,
Altuve.
Yeah, I love that guy, man. Just him alone makes me like the Houston Astros. But you know what? I don't even know, man. And the seasons are, I mean, the series are shortened up. It's the best out of 5 now.
Right.
And yeah, I was just happy that that, like I said, the Yankees got knocked out because I didn't think they were gonna get knocked out. And my man, hit the home run yesterday, Brosas or whatever, and he's from Oakland University. He went to school over here, so I kind of knew about that too from Ray, and so I was happy for him. He wasn't. I kind of remember him. He wasn't them talking about him like in a draft and stuff, but he wasn't. He went to Oakland University for like 3 years, but he didn't. He was okay. He was an okay player. I think he had like 7, 8 home runs his last, like his junior or senior year. So he was he got better as the seasons went on. But yeah, I mean that was a big deal for him. I'm sure, you know what I mean. So I just wanted to mention that, him being from over here and going to school in Michigan. Then he went to college in Indiana. So that was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool to see. It wasn't a walk-off, but it was a game-winning run. So
you got Tampa Bay going against the Dodgers. That's why I think that's what's going to end up happening.
You know what? I feel that, but I'll still stick with the Astros.
Okay.
I'll still stick with the Astros. But yeah, Astros, Dodgers, I think. So we'll see, man. But yeah.
Tori, been watching any baseball?
No.
You're like, nah.
I'm not even gonna lie. No.
Your boy looks like he would watch baseball.
They watch sports. I this year I kind of just fell off on sports. I think with everything going on.
Right.
I watched wrestling last night. We had virtual.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we did the virtual thing, and it's great. I mean, it's cool.
Oh, you watched the SmackDown?
Yeah.
SmackDown. So, yeah, and I've been missing that. Yeah,
so
I've been missing that.
We're leaving baseball over here, but I wanted to touch base on this. Charles Haeger was found dead. He suspected that he killed his girlfriend, and then I guess he inflicted himself. He was here in Scottsdale.
I was here. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
And I guess self-inflicted. So they saying that he broke up with, or she broke up with him, or something along those lines, and they met up to try to work things out, and I think it went south, and then I think he ended up killing himself.
The roommate saw him leaving. You're cutting out. Hello.
I'm sorry. So I think he was the one that he ended up killing his girlfriend, and he had nowhere to go, so he ended up probably killing himself.
Yeah, they said they found him at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to look up on a little bit of it, and I didn't. Like I talked to you, Drake, off the record and shit, and I kind of make once again I keep bringing up my cousin, but like I said, he's a baseball guru, and I remember when he came into the league. Like I said, he got drafted by the White Sox. I remembered a couple things about him. That was one of them. And then I remember, he played for the Dodgers. And I remember our cousin Ray talking about him and stuff like that. So that's really what made me look it up, because there wasn't really too much information. Just
Wasn't
in
he
his girlfriend.
affiliated with a lot of the clubs? Is what I
Yeah,
read?
yeah, he played for about 5 or 6 teams and
Yeah,
stuff
he
like
had
that.
a
Got
pretty
bounced
long.
around, but yeah, he came in the league like 2012. So
Do you
Yeah.
think that's what happened, Tori? That they were trying to get back together, told him no, and he ended up killing her. And that's what
I
I.
think I read that. I kind of got that they had some dysfunction.
right,
There was a dysfunctional relationship.
it's
So
sad, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
very sad.
and like I said, there wasn't too much. I tried to look up whatever I could, and it basically said that she was murdered, and he was found dead. That's all I got out of it. So
Yeah, I
you
saw
can
that they had some
put two and two
dysfunctional
together. Yeah, and I figured it was something like that.
stuff.
Either
Yeah.
way.
And the roommate saw him leaving with a handgun.
Oh wow.
And he kind of threatened him. It says what I read was that they
Probably
had
tried to
some,
stop him.
there's dysfunction.
Damn.
And the roommate heard shots. He came out of the room with a handgun as he was leaving their home, and kind of waved it at the roommate. The roommate got out of there,
Right.
escaped, and then they found his car, and then they found him
Right.
at the South Rim.
Yeah,
That's pretty sad, man.
But yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah,
I just wanted to bring it up.
sad.
I know you talked
Yeah,
about
for sure.
Alex Davis and the Santa Cruz fight coming up on Halloween.
Yeah, that's huge, man. I can't wait to watch that.
Right. So, who you got in that fight?
Oh man, I've been watching Leo Santa Cruz since since he came in. He was like 19 years old, since like 2008 or 9, and that guy, he doesn't look like much, but he's a great fighter, man. And now he's like 32 years old, and I'm just like, oh my god, like where did the time go, man? Like I remember when he was so young, and he was such a great fighter, not ducking nobody. Just winning on a roll, kind of like Mikey Garcia, my other boy Earl Spence Jr., killing it. You know what I mean? And these guys are can't stay undefeated, man. So I don't the losses and stuff like that I don't really care about. But I wanted to talk about Gervontae Davis because back when Adrian Broner came in and I was talking about him maybe around my area, around my parts, but a lot of people didn't know about him, and I was I was talking about him a lot and stuff, and I was building him up to be something that he wasn't even close to becoming because he just got a lot of baggage outside of the ring and stuff like that, man. He don't know how to keep his mouth shut. He just he gets involved in things and he could have been a great fighter. But the reason I'm talking about him is because he's the one that introduced Gervontae Davis to Floyd Mayweather. Right. And this was in like 2015. So I knew about this kid for a long time. And, now Floyd Mayweather is his promoter. And a lot of people, I mean, he hasn't had no major fights. This is going to be the biggest major fight for him, his biggest fight, probably even Leo Santa Cruz's biggest fight, and on Halloween. And this is going to be the first boxing event with people in attendance. So it's a big deal. And, just to give you a little, background on Gervontae Davis, he from Baltimore, like the west side of Baltimore, man. He's one of them kids that it's one of them stories. You're gonna see it a bunch of times. One of them stories. He lost a couple of his mentors. He was running the streets. He was about to be another statistic, and either end up in jail or dead. And me as a boxing fan, I love stories like that. I love it. That's what makes me a fan of certain boxers. It's not necessarily just, because they're winning and stuff like that. I like to deal with the background. But he's 23-0, man, 22 knockouts. Guy, he reminds me of I don't want to compare him to a Mike Tyson, but he's got power like you would not imagine, bro. And he's fast. He's got it all. He's the Golden Glove champion in 2012. He actually won his first title and they're with his 17th professional fight. And Mayweather won his with his 18th professional fight. So just a little, you might not mean on just a little stat there, but he's 25 years old, man. He's a southpaw. the sky's the limit with them. So I'm looking really. I can't wait to watch this fight and just watch, the fans, like I said, with boxing with fans. So and then you got a couple other fights. And one of the other fights I can't wait for is Errol Spence Jr. and Danny Garcia, and that got moved from November to the December 5th. So
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. It gives me more time to get my shit together and make sure I'm really ready. But yeah, I'm excited, man. Me with the box, man. I love it. I miss it so much.
You got another good fight coming up. Well, they're saying, and I know we didn't talk about it, but McGregor Pacquiao sometime in January.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know you. Sorry. McGregor, you don't watch this fight coming up in January.
Absolutely. I usually watch all of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm excited. That's going to be some good watching on both sides. So I'm definitely in.
That's going to look like Rocky IV for real.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I mean, he's like 5 inches tall, 6 inches taller than Pacquiao.
Right. Fight, Tori. Who wins that?
What's that?
Who wins that Pacquiao McGregor fight?
I mean, it's hard to say.
It's a weird fight, man.
It's a weird fight. It's hard to say, if I had to go politically, probably McGregor, but
right.
I want to honestly, I like McGregor. I like them both. I want to see Pacquiao win just because he's
such a
the underdog compared to the other, and he is a likable guy. So I'd like to see the good guy win.
Right. Who you got, Alex, on that fight?
I don't know, man. It's gonna be. I gotta laugh a little bit because
I know.
I don't know if they're doing it for charity or what, but I mean, either way, like I said before, when you, and I believe that's how it. There was trash talking going on Twitter between them. I don't know who started it. Obviously, probably Conor McGregor started it.
Right.
I had to put my money on it, but there was talk about like doing it for charity and stuff like that. So. I mean, nice. You know what, man? Pacquiao seems to prove him wrong every time. I don't care who he's fighting. The guy's a machine. You know what I mean? Just to tell one quick story about him, I don't know if people know this, but back when he was, he had to work his way up to where he's at now, you know what I mean? And as far as the divisions, and, he was really skinny and, featherweight, like super light featherweight, whatever the division was back in the day. But when he, even growing up, like he said that he used to put rocks in his pocket, man, just to make weight. That's how bad he wanted. That's how bad he wanted to fight. And for real. So like that little story always sticks with me. And yeah, you see, he got in there against my boy Keith Thurman. And that was like my number one guy for so long. And he just embarrassed him, man. And I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that, man.
I hope he wins.
So if he can do that, Keith Thurman with the power that he's got, I think he's gonna outbox Conor McGregor, and it's just gonna be one of the things, man. You either knock your opponent out, or you're just gonna get your face punched in numerously throughout the night, and you're gonna lose the fight if it goes a distance with Pacquiao for sure. So, and he's got knockout power too. So, it's gonna be. I mean, if they're taking it that serious, and either way, like I said before, when you get in the ring, man, I don't care if it's the octagon or the ring, something bad can happen. So, hopefully, it'll be a great fight. And like I said, I'm just excited about all these fights coming up, man.
Right.
A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff for sure.
Eddie Van Halen passes the other day. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah. Great guitarist. I have a good buddy that actually met him a couple times and
oh wow.
His guitar. Kind of sad. I was just like,
yeah.
Our legend dies, but they're all dropping. But while we're talking about people that died, so Thomas Jefferson Byrd was murdered, I think, about a week ago. He was Spike Lee's buddy, and he's been in a couple movies. Did you guys?
Okay.
I think he was in During the Fever, Clockers.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because he got game. That's what he was in, but
He got game, yeah.
he got murdered. I was just like, what? Yeah, so it's kind of shocking. You guys catch that?
No, I didn't, man. You know what? I actually seen that movie. He got game. I actually seen that at the theater, and damn, he was fatally shot, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see
caught
that.
a little bit of it.
It's crazy.
I did see
Wow.
that he was shot, and this terrible. I mean, it's terrible when anybody gets killed with it in general, but
right.
just he's old school and sad.
Yeah.
It's not the way he should have went.
Yeah,
Right.
and I read he
that's not what that wasn't meant for him.
I read he went to Morris Brown College in Atlanta. He got a master's degree and bachelor's degree in Institute of Arts. It's crazy, man. Damn. God bless.
Now, did they say who shot him, or did they catch, or
Yeah,
I don't know all the details.
They said it. I read it's under investigation still, so that was all I found on him. But
another person also dies. And I'm not a big designer or fashion, so they have that designer that got COVID that passed. But I guess he was like 81, so he was up in age. You know who
he was up there.
Yeah, do you know who that Tanaka guy was?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too fluent with him, but I caught it on my feed and knew, just from Fashion Week and stuff like that. But
Right.
Yeah,
I saw
sad.
passing, but I was just like, another person died from COVID.
Again, another person dies from COVID. Another elderly person that lived out their life and was in their golden years, and they're just enjoying the last few of what they have with their family and their grandchildren. And then
right. I think that's pretty much all that I had. I know coming up next week, we're going to interview Jose Rivera from Detroit Forever. After that, I saw the makeup artist. I don't know if you guys had anything
that'd be cool
out or wanted to promote.
Yeah, first I'd like to give a birthday shout out to my cousin who is like my brother. He's in Ohio right now. Happy birthday. I love you. I miss you. It was great talking to you this morning. Happy birthday, Rick. Rick Ross. Rick Ross. I know, right? Great. And then also, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, Kevin Hart is hosting the MDA muscular dystrophy telethon, something that's very near and dear to my heart. My son, Zachary, has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And since, I don't know if you guys remember the Jerry Lewis telethon or the Shamrocks that everybody sold. So that's the condition that my son has. And a lot of people are fighting it for research and to stay alive. So he took on the telethon since the passing, and he's hosting a virtual one on the 24th. So you can go to, you can find it online, Kevin Hart MDA telethon if you'd like to donate, or you can go to my page, Tori Michelle on Facebook and find it.
Sure.
So yeah, not this Saturday, but next Saturday at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out for sure.
Yeah, so I'll be posting it more, and yeah, pretty excited because it goes to help families and for research to save children like my son.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I just want to plug my marketing agency that I work for again, Robert Courtney and Associates. If you're looking for build your business and get some brand awareness, we specialize in social media management and digital strategies and in all sorts of ways. Worked with a lot of top companies and stuff like that. You can and if you're looking for something like that, you can find the company at on Instagram at Robert Courtney and Associates, or you can follow the same thing RCA Robert Courtney and Associates on Facebook. Or call or text 313-529-5333. And that's about all I got.
So I went to, it was here in Scottsdale. I don't know if but I went to a pumpkin patch last night. was a night thing.
I saw that. How was that?
It was really nice, but it was really expensive.
Wow.
Was it?
Bro.
I was disappointed with how expensive it was. So they had
Mm.
general admission, which was, I guess they were charging for parking. So it was $60 for parking. But they sold
How
out
much? How much was parking?
60.
Wow.
What?
60.
That's crazy, man.
Are you
So
serious?
Did you get a pumpkin with that when you parked?
What? Listen, if I'm going to a scary thing and it costs me $60 a park, I better get killed. Like I want somebody to stab me, chase me to my fucking car.
Yeah,
One of my
right.
kids
Right.
better get hurt. Like what's going on for 60 bucks? Just scare the shit out of us.
Tripped.
that was
Something.
sold out. I didn't have the option to do that.
Mm.
So they had another package where you would valet your vehicle, which was 90. And if you eat at one of their restaurants
Oh.
in the resort, then you were comped the valet, right? So I take my daughters and then her boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So the bill was 120. So now 90 turned into 120.
Well, the 90 went to the 120 or the 120 was
Yeah, it was in leave of the 90, right? So if you spend,
okay.
then
Right.
you know, whatever. I'm at 120. We wanted to, and it was I thought of you, Alex, but they did like a
Right.
where you would draw on the lantern and then they would push it into the pool, which was really cool.
Oh, okay.
About-
Right.
about your dad. So I was like,
Oh,
damn,
okay.
he could do one for his dad.
Right.
They gave you one that you could draw on and then they put it in,
Right.
which was cool. They had fireworks. They had a pumpkin patch. The pumpkins were, you know, the little ones were $10. So I bought my kids 2 of them. But now I'm at
Damn.
140.
Jeez.
And then they want to do they had rides and they had
Right. Like hay rides and stuff or no?
they just had like rides, and then they had like
Okay.
and then they had s'mores. So the bucket of s'mores was $25. You got
Damn.
10 sticks, some stuff in there, chocolate, blah blah blah. Now,
Right.
so now I'm at 140.
Wow.
And then the girls, after we ate our s'mores, were like, "Damn, you know, I'm thirsty. What's water? $5." So I'm at 160. So I'm like, 160.
Crazy, man.
I was like, so is Halloween off? Because I don't even. They haven't asked me for costumes. They usually
Right.
costumes.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter usually spends $100, $200 on a costume because she wants.
Right.
So is Halloween off? Because if I have to spend another $160 on another, I'm gonna say, we're not doing any Halloween. I'm not going out and buying new because you figure 100, 200 for my teenager, $50
Right.
little one. It's like, okay, you know, we're all in on this Halloween thing. What's going on? So I just felt like it's
Yeah.
kind of outrageous. I mean, you could take your sons to it. I mean, it was nice. Don't get me wrong. It was different. It was a different experience.
Right.
Because they had like, you know, they had a gallery where you could walk through, and they had like on the plaza, pumpkin patch. They had live music. They had the lantern. They had the s'mores. They had the rides. They had all this good stuff, but I don't know.
Right. Well, let me
Not
ask you a
for
question.
$90 parking.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think that, like, because of the COVID and everything, you think there's a lot of people like taking advantage of stuff like that? As far as prices go, or no?
It was packed. It was packed. I got
okay.
a lot of people there.
And they made a killing then.
Well, it was at a resort, right?
It was at the Princess. Yeah, it was at the Princess.
Yeah. So, I mean, that doesn't surprise me with the parking then where it's held. As to Halloween being canceled, I think it's definitely not the same. Halloween is like my Christmas. I absolutely love it. I usually have my house decorated completely by now.
Yeah, that's how my daughter is and her mother. They love Halloween.
I love it.
Birthdays are in October, so they've always loved that.
And it's not the same. My son doesn't want to go out this year. It's the first year he won't be going out, and I live in a gated community, so we're not going to get really a lot of traffic, which sucks too.
Right.
Yeah, I can't even see the other kids with their costume. So
Yeah.
I might just get in the car and drive around like a weirdo stalker mom in a minivan looking for kids to just go, oh, look how cute they look.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what's
I'll
going
refrain from giving them candy out the van window, but I can't make any promises.
Right.
So we always
Throw it
go.
out.
I can't make any promises.
know where it's at because I know you need to. We always go to Verado. You know where Verado is?
What?
You know where Verado is?
No,
So
I'm not.
it's
Yeah,
a
I don't know.
small community in Buckeye. Well, I can't say it's small, but it's out towards Buckeye, and it reminds me of Michigan because there's a lot of trees. There's no palm trees.
Oh, nice.
There's there's this,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if like they send out a bulletin to all the Mexicans, but it seems like
They're involved.
you're like, okay, we got to go to the suburbs for the good candy, right? We don't go
Yeah. No, absolutely.
to like this to all these Mexicans because when I was going taking the kids, it was nice because
So they show out there, huh?
yeah, they decorate the whole neighborhood. There's on some people's houses. It's really cool.
Right.
To like, very packed to just you can't even walk. Like there's
I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Maybe I'll drive out there.
And they do that down over here. In like, well, what I used to take my daughter in Northville,
right.
And I went over there. A friend of a friend. We all went over there, took our kids and stuff like that. She lives in Northville.
Right.
And we went out there and we walked like, I don't know, maybe like 90, like half a mile or something like that, quarter mile from her house. And it was just like, there was so much stuff out there. Certain people had tents set up, giving out apple cider.
Michigan does it big.
There was a Santa Claus in one of the tents. And I was like, what? I mean, they did it real big. It was cool though, man, walking around. And that was when actually that was the year you remember you loaned me your Batman costume and I wore it for the kids.
Yeah.
I wore that for all of them. And I had so many people coming up to me. I don't know how much he paid for it. He paid a lot of money for it though. And
it's authentic.
There was so many people coming up to me wanting to take pictures, and it made me feel good because I was taking pictures with a lot of kids and stuff like that. Mexican Batman.
My son does. It sounds like a cartoon. Right. My son has an authentic Leatherface costume with the mask, and I take the blade off the chainsaw. I mean, we go all out. So he chases kids down the street with the chainsaw. Crazy. Sometimes I'll dress up as like the crickety old grandmom who has like, I'll take one of his other friends and like chain him to like a wheelchair or like the tree. And so, and then we'll do we do a meat market. So we do a meat market. I go to the store and get like a bunch of meat on clearance, and he'll chop meat, and he doesn't talk, he just grunts, right? So you get the kids who are scared, that don't want to come up, so I'll give them the candy. But then you get the kids that are tough asses and they're like, I want meat. So he'll literally like, I had to tell him, like, listen, you can't hit the kids with the meat, but you can throw it at their feet. Like, so just throw it at the driveway. So he's throwing, meat. And I will never forget this one year. So we were pretty much closed up, right? And this family comes to the house late, and she knocks on the door. She's like, I hear you guys have the scariest house on the block. And I'm like, Dominic, get your mask. So because he's in the back, like eating pizza now, right? So he comes out dragging like this dead body thing out the driveway, and the kids they're scared and they're trying to run. One like hits the side of the minivan as he's trying to get back in, but you got this one who's like super tough, right? And he runs up on him, and Dom like he like just jumped at him, right? And he got scared. Well, the little sister was like, oh, I'm not having that. She picks up the lightsaber that one of them had, and she starts hitting him. And she's beating my son, this like little 6-year-old, like, get off my brother. And she's hitting him with the lightsaber. And my son, I could see his eyes. He's like, okay, this is too much for me. Right. One of the kids like peed themselves. The mom. And
Oh my God.
She's like, this was great. I think there was some level of probably child abuse in the whole thing because she was like, those poor kids. We got them good, but afterwards, my son had welts from a lightsaber on his back. He's like, dude, that little girl hit me hard. Right.
That's one thing that one movie that used to scare me was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I remember me and my nephew would stay up late and watch the movies and that movie would come on, and like whatever channel 20, 50 back in the day, and
right.
And it would come on at like 2 a.m. or 1 a.m. That movie I used to be scared of that shit. I didn't ever want to really watch that. Literally scare me where I thought I was gonna have nightmares was that, Halloween was scary.
I got it from one of those authentic makers with it, and it's sewed together. It feels like
right, like flesh.
It's gross. It's gross. It's scary. When he puts it out, I'm like, just don't look at me. I know it's you, cool, but yeah, it's cool. We have fun. I love it. The neighbors think we're crazy. We haven't done that here because, like I said, I'm in a gated community with a lot of old people, and let's not bring that much attention to us. But
it sucks that Halloween ain't what it used to be. But I try to get into it. All it takes for me is watch some movies and just kind of get into the spirit. But yeah, I love that. I love watching movies with my daughter and stuff like that. And
we've been watching all of the Friday the 13th. It's all on right now. So every day we're watching the Horror Fest and
that's awesome.
The Shining
I'm a big Nightmare on Elm Street guy. I love it. I gotta watch the Nightmare on Elm Street. So and I used to go. Now I could probably just watch my whatever Netflix or Hulu, whatever they're on. But yeah, I used to I think last year because I didn't have cable. I had to turn everything off, turn all that shit off.
Yeah.
And I went and rented like all the Nightmare on Elm Streets and just watched them all in a row.
I watched Carrey yesterday.
Oh man, that used to creep me out too. I remember watching that.
They had it on
with my mother as a kid, and that
so creepy.
Freaked me the hell out, man.
I forgot how scary that movie was.
Right.
This is amazing.
There used to be a theater downtown, and I'm trying to think what it's called, but just on top of my head. But he could go see Carrey. I was like, little kid. My grandpa was like, let's go see this.
Oh my God.
And I was.
So you seen it at the theater, huh?
Your grandpa. He's like, toughen up, kid.
That's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
I remember
out in Phoenix. You went and seen it when you was a kid. Or over here?
No, over in Detroit, downtown Detroit.
Oh, okay. At the Renaissance? Was that the Renaissance Theater maybe or something?
No, this is before any of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's funny.
We had like the single view, you know what I mean? The single theater. They didn't have.
Wow,
That's traumatizing to see that movie when you were a kid.
Right.
It was right off of, I want to say Cadillac and 4th Street. And I'm trying to think of the.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think.
Damn.
It's not there anymore.
Right.
My mom used to shout out to my mom. She used to so evil when she used to do this to us. When Child's Play came out with Chucky.
Oh, I love it.
Scared of this damn. Okay,
I love it.
I love it. Right, love it. I get told told I look like Jennifer Tilly all the time. Like, love the movie.
Dang, you kind of do. That's crazy.
Yeah, I get it all. If my hair is a certain way, I get it all the time.
Wow.
So I love the movie, right? But I was traumatized as a kid. In Michigan, we have basements, and you already think there's something living in your basement.
Yeah, right.
You get that light, you get those stairs, and you just run, right? You don't know what's behind you, but you just run. My mom would click the light off on us and shut the door. Like,
flickering it.
No wonder I have to go to therapy as an adult. She'd say in this creepiest voice, Chucky's coming for you. I'm like,
that's funny.
So now she's, she told my children, so they think it's great. Yeah. But I think that's probably, even though it was terrible when I was a kid, me and my kids have this thing. We scare each other now. So like we full on scare. Like I'll put on a wig and a mask, hide in your closet for 45 minutes waiting for you to come in with a flashlight and everything. I mean, you know, I do risk getting punched because there's been times. There's been times that literally my son's like, I'm going to beat your ass if you ever do that again. I'll jump out of a shower. I hid underneath.
Damn. No, that's fun though, man. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like our thing. So I hid underneath. So my son has my one son has a bed that goes up and down like a hospital bed kind of, you know. So I thought it would be a good idea to hide up underneath it to scare the other one. So while he's in it, I'm under the bed and I'm like, call your brother. So he's calling him and he's calling him. And my other son is ignoring him. And I'm like, call him again. So like 30 minutes goes by. Well, my hair got caught in the hydraulic.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So now I'm stuck. So I can't even scare him because I'm stuck in the thing and he's not coming. Finally, I have to scream for him and he comes in and he's like, the fuck are you doing? Are you trying to scare me? So he's like,
fired on you.
He's like, I'm leaving you there. They fucking left me there for an hour. I couldn't get out from underneath the bed.
Oh my God.
He left me there for an hour. I'm like, please help me. He's like, they made me promise I wouldn't do any scares for like 3 months or something, but I got trapped and backfired.
Oh my God. You didn't lose no hair, did you?
I think no, but it had grease all in it and it was terrible. And my head, a headache. So I think I'm gonna do a scare tonight. They're not watching. You guys got me excited about doing a scare.
This became so much hotter because you said Jennifer Tilly.
Right. I know. And we were talking. It was like a few weeks ago. We were talking about. We were trying to figure out who it was. One of the girls that I don't know what we were talking about, but
I could tell you, but I don't know if you want me to tell you.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out.
Tell me.
No, it was like it had something to do with a dirty movie that she was in. That's all her movies, but we couldn't remember who it was.
And her husband's tied up in the bathroom. And the guy goes, no, what are you doing? And the guy throws some shit at her husband and said, shut up, stop fucking being a weirdo and going, we're fucking get out of here. So there was a story that was based on that because I was like, did you tell her husband that? So that was why. Right. That's why I was like, you remember?
We were trying to remember the actress and I couldn't. We couldn't. We hung up and he texted me.
Yeah, so that was funny. So I can't remember the movie where she's fucking some guy, her husband tied up in the bathroom, and he catches him, and the guy throws some shit at the husband and says, "You fucking pee-pee Tom, we're trying to fuck, get out of here." It was pretty great.
Crazy.
That's funny.
I didn't realize. I think Halloween falls on a Saturday, so
it does.
Yeah, it does.
We get gypped this year because we've been like Halloween enthusiasts. We've been waiting for the Saturday Halloween. Like we wait how many go rounds and
right, and now it's like
thanks COVID. I'm gonna dress up as COVID.
Right.
All right, I don't have anything else. Like I said, I just wanted to bring up the whole pumpkin patch. I hope not everybody's going out there, and I mean. I guess I would say 3 stars for that, but
yeah,
very expensive. So
we're gonna ride our bikes. I'm not fucking paying $90 to park.
That's
ride my pedal. I'm gonna Uber there.
Right.
It'll be cheaper.
Yeah, you could do that. So
we could.
It was pretty cool, but it is what it is.
It looked cool on the thing. Like, did you guys walk? That was the one that had the thing you walked under with all the lights.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on, but like I said, for the price, I thought it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I want to do that 13th floor.
So, there was a lot of Richies up there. And then I told this lady, because she pushed my 10-year-old out of the way, because she was trying to get you a ride. I was like, excuse me. And she was like, she looked at me funny, and I was like, oh, yep, I'm in Scottsdale. So.
Should have scared her.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Next week, like I said, we're gonna have Jose Rivera on here. We're gonna do a one-on-one with him, talk about Detroit forever, and I think that's about it, guys. So you guys have a safe day. God bless. Stay
God
mad.
bless. Yeah.
Be kind to one another.
Yeah. You guys have a great day.
You too.
Yeah, see you later, Tori.
Bye.